Kevin just waiting for Rand, who is using the bathroom at the moment. I just happened to notice that Rand wasn't sitting in his chair. And, as soon as he comes back, we'll be getting that match underway. Just looking around the room and seeing quite a bit. Mike DeMarco over there, lead now up 4-2 on Brian Chase. Brian staring down a pretty tough safety on the 2. Andrew Tankerley, thank you for joining the stream. Bill Ryan, thank you as well. Mark Frankalangia, Greg Levitt. Kevin now breaking. Making the ball on the break. Tough cut on the 1. Makes that though. Could very well be looking at a pretty decent run to start. We gotta say an opening shot safety. But he left it. Mike DeMarco now winning another rack. If I'm not mistaken, he may be on the hill against Brian. I'll know in a moment. Great opening shot from Rand. Playing this shot with beautiful speed to get on the 2 ball. Now facing what looks to be a rather long, straight 2 ball to go all the way back down table for the 3.
College handball, alternating break, the 2s and 3, the 2 and 3 in between the corners, and basically the same goal as the main event. Anybody has any questions? We're going to be doing a little auction in about 5 minutes.
That's a great shot right there. Just a little perfect speed, just perfect speed. 4 ball does pass into the top corner. There is a potential combo on order there, but I have a feeling that Rand will elect not to go that direction. To potentially go the route of the safety on the 4. This could turn into a really strong safe. All you have to do is just pop it right in the middle there. Great shot by Rand. Kevin coming up to the table, not looking for much. Not looking to see too much. He'll be kicking at this ball. always something I've noticed with Kevin's shooting. He's always very consistent with how he holds the cue. In fact, if you've ever looked at one of Kevin's cues, you'll notice that he has an arrow that's drawn on the ferrule of his cues so that you can kind of use it as a sight line. That's something that's something that he's been very good about doing with every one of his cues. Ryan Cullen, just to know what Rand's Fargo is, he's about a 616 in terms of his Fargo rating. So that's what he's playing as in this tournament. And yeah, Rand did play quite well despite the table. I mean, you know, a couple of misses here or there that were uncharacteristic, but most definitely a tougher shot. I mean, most definitely a great shot. Kevin playing the kick there, unfortunately leaving a relatively straight-in 4-ball, so this could easily be going in Rand's favor. Back as well on the live stream here from Snookers. We are continuing to keep an eye on this match. Of course, this is winner's side action. Rand Tamba, Kevin Baucio. They're playing a race to 7. Rand making a great 6-ball there. Nice natural leave on the 7.
Table 15. 10-ball tournament players come to table 15, please, right now.
Here on the 9-ball. Very close to closing out rack number 1 against Kevin Baucio.
Ball players, any more 10-ball players? Come on over.
That's a great shot. And that's the first rack for Rand Tamba. He's up 1-0 over Kevin Baucio. Ryan and Bart, I would say that that's just a little bit higher than just B. I would say a B plus speed, B plus closer to low A speed. I think 620 is the cutoff for A's, so he's probably in the flat A range. If I had to wager.
All right, table 3.
Close to
we
it.
got Francisco and Mike Niccoloro. That's a race to 7 on table number 3.
Of course, Fargo rating not necessarily always loosely related to letter ratings. A little tougher to clock. Rand definitely plays good, though. That's to say. Is Lucas still in, Joanne? No. Lucas was just knocked out. He ended up losing to Ben Savoy on the round of 32 on the loser side. And Mike DeMarco coming over with a smile on his face. Looks like he's put another person out of the tournament. A smirk with a smirk on his face. He's over Brian Chase 5-2. And unfortunately for Brian, a tough run on start day 2. He ended up playing Rob Pearson, losing 7-0, and then of course he ended up playing Mike next, and Mike coming off a big win against Billy the Kid. Ended up doing work, winning 6-2 there. So great matchup. Of course, Mike will be probably joining us very shortly here in the booth. I see him rummaging around in the back. We've got 1-0 action going here with Rand Tamba on the break. It was a dry break. Rand is Kevin is Kevin playing it safe, leaving it open, unfortunately. Jamie, I would say that Rob does have an opponent. Rob, I believe, is actually playing. I made the mistake in saying that Rob was, that Sal and Rand, the winner of Sal and Rand, was supposed to play, Bill Cody next. I was wrong with that. It's actually, Bill Cody will end up playing Rob Pearson later on. And right now, Rand Tamba and Kevin Baucio are playing to go a little further. So the winner of the Bill Cody-Rob Pearson match will end up playing to attempt to go to the hot seat on the winner's side on the upper bracket. Well, not the hot seat. It would be the will attempt to go for the winner of the upper bracket. So either way, the on the winner's side of the upper bracket, it would Rob Pearson and Bill Cody will have the winner of this match that you're seeing right here. And looking at the table, looks like a long straight shot for Kevin, who's on the 2-ball at the moment. Not really too many pockets that it goes into. I mean, at this point, there's just a combo, so I wouldn't be surprised if the lock tries to put down a jam-up safety here. Seeing maybe something along the lines of the 2-ball by the 7, kind of nestle the cue ball up by the 4, or attempt to play the combo. This is why they play it and not me. Ran here with a shot on the 3-ball. Tough to tell what he's going to really do with it. I think the 3-ball does pass by the 9-ball, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be a close call, but it should go. Jeff DeRosa, yes, Kevin Baucio is an artist, and in case you've never seen his work, he is a phenomenal artist. So please do check out some of his work. He's got a lot of it on his Facebook page. He does great paintings in different types of sculptures in many forms. So definitely check that out. Aaron Beckner, thank you so much for joining the stream. David Bowden, thank you for joining the stream as well. Got a great shot there from Rand Knight, even though he missed the 3-ball, he ended up getting rewarded. Officially, the Fargo ratings for Kevin Baucio and Rand Tamba. Kevin Baucio coming in at a 599. Rand Tamba coming in as a 616. As far as how that necessarily corresponds to letter ratings in Fargo, I wouldn't be at much liberty to tell, just because of the fact that Fargo is also a system that I'm not necessarily as well versed in. Rand just waiting, of course, for the match on table 8. He's waiting for the match on table 8 to finish. The player to finish shooting, Emily Cady, is on the shot on table 8. Rand is electing to now play that shot on the 4-ball. Great shot played there. This rack overall seems to be relatively easy to keep control of. Not much to play here. Rand's just going to hold the ball. He's cueing just a little under center. Play the 6 to the corner. He may elect to draw here and try to play to the side. Tough shot though to play in the side on these pockets. These pockets are just so tight. Definitely not forgiving by any means. Good shot by Rand. Unfortunately, the roll did not go his way. He doesn't necessarily see the 7 here. And of course, we got Mike DeMarco coming back into the stream here. So, Mike, thanks for joining us once again.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Not too much.
How are you doing?
Not too bad. Rand Tamba up 1-0 in this matchup, and as we see, Rand just played.
And what is the race? It is even race to 7?
Even race to 7, yes.
All right, that's nice. So, unfortunately, I was preoccupied with the pool games, but how did that match
You're preoccupied
go
with winning.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Rand Tamba ended
fortunate.
up beating Salmadolo 7-6.
7-6. Wow, that was tight.
Wow,
Huh?
that's an unfortunate miss.
It's going to get close there.
Yes.
All right, we're going to see Rand right in the side with this one.
And the most interesting part, I think, about that match is that Rand was down 5-3.
Really?
Yeah, ended up coming back. Couple missed opportunities by Mr. Madolo. But overall, Rand just toughed it out. He struggled a bit. Missed a couple of balls. And
I will say Rand is someone that does not have that give up. He'll bear down and really just try to continue to come with it as hard as he can until the final ball gets hit, and got to give him a lot of respect for that.
Yeah, definitely. Hard-fought victory there to stay on the winner's side. And it looks as though he may be going up 2-0 here. All he's got to do is make this 9-ball. Not a gimme, but not exactly one that we expect him to miss either.
He's got that Revo magic.
Oh, yeah. There it is. Act number 2. Rand Tamba, 2-0 on Kevin Baucio.
I just want to give a quick shout to the sponsors of the Winter Classic. Folks, please check out these guys, all of them. We all know the AZ Billiards, Fargo Rate, USAPL, D&L Billiards. That's Dave Christie and the family. They do a great job. They take care of all the tables in the area. Also, Snookers, all of the equipment here is taken care of by D&L. Some of the other companies there, please check them out. They make events like this possible. Definitely got to give praise to the sponsors, because without them, we could not be able to do these types of things. So Tim, you didn't go into the 10 ball. You weren't feeling playing anymore.
No, I didn't. Well, we were considering playing it. I thought to myself, I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't jump into it. I think it was just one of those case me and Mike decide that we want to head out Mosey early, we'll get the chance to do so.
Yeah, no, I get
but
you.
that said,
Yeah, sometimes, more often than not, I'll say, pool is somewhat of an addictive substance.
well, I didn't really sleep too well last night either, and I hate coming into a tournament when I'm not necessarily at my best. And I don't think that I feel my best today. I could feel the fatigue creeping in. It's only been a few hours. So.
You know, I realized something this weekend that, you know, I've noticed in the past, but haven't really noticed enough to remember.
Mm-hmm.
But when I don't get sleep, for some reason, you know, my mind usually goes a million miles an hour, like super fast. I'm over-processing everything, analyzing everything, and for some reason, when I don't sleep, it slows everything down for me, and I almost feel as though when I play pool, that I kind of just, you know, like I'm in slow motion. Everything's slowed down, like Matrix style. You know what I mean? And you know, the things that may or may not get me frustrated normally don't get me frustrated. I'm just kind of, you know, just hanging out, chilling, and doing what I do. I'm not like amped up trying to storm around the table and stroke balls in. I'm just, okay, walk over, here's the line, and here's the other line, and push the cue.
Yeah, you sort of go into autopilot a little bit. You know? For me, it kind of gives me a different effect because I don't necessarily know how much I enjoy that feeling. I think I like it when my mind just runs a little bit. When I feel like my mind is just stalling out, you know, I'll sit there and I can feel it. You know, I'll get up on a shot and I'll see something, you know, a nice easy line or something like that, and I'll just look at it and go, why are you even thinking about this? Like, I know you see this shot 100,000 times, and yet you're sitting here wondering, how do I hit this ball to go a simple one-rail position? And like, I try to like measure it out and say, oh, well, I'm going to do this, and then I realize that my brain isn't even telling me how to hit this ball properly.
I know what you mean.
You know, when I get into like those kind of situations, those are the situations where I'm like, all right, just get me out of the set as quick as I can. I need to pack these cues up and go home because I need sleep. Yeah,
and pool, I mean, anything really in life, it's different for different people. Yeah. Different things work for everyone. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I'm grateful that I'm actually able to notice things like that. I'm fortunate that I've been able to, you know, look at things in retrospect, try to take notes and you know, basically, you know, learns from all the mistakes and also learn from the things that work.
It is good to be wise.
Yeah.
Good to be wise from the past. By the way, Kevin Rand leaving a great safe that netted him a ball in hand here, so Rand could be making this 3-0 pretty quickly.
Yeah, Rand is definitely capable of winning. He knows how to win, you know.
And he's playing a lot better than he played in the previous set, too. I think he's getting those first-round jitters out for the day today, because there were a couple balls that he uncharacteristically missed, and he looks like he's a lot more in stroke than he was last set.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, some players have a lot of talent as far as just how they can hit the ball. They know where they're supposed to be, how to do it, but for some reason, they just don't win. And it's odd. Kerry McAuliffe and I have a funny saying. We you know, mentioning particular players or, you know, of their caliber or whatever, but we say it's not that he can't do it, he just doesn't. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, that guy plays amazing.
It's either he doesn't or he won't.
Yeah, right.
You know?
But, you know, it's just they have the capability of performing at a high level. They can make great shots. They can answer questions about the game, all these fantastic knowledge things, and
then when it comes down to the table, it just doesn't materialize.
It's not even that they're missing so many shots. For some reason, they just don't win.
Oh, no.
You know, they just, for some reason, they can't figure out how to win the game or win the tournament or whatever. And it's just an odd little thing I noticed.
That's a rough miss there.
Yeah, that might have been a little bit fast. I'm going to go ahead and say that was a good idea.
Yep.
good idea for Kevin to take a break there.
Yeah, definitely, definitely a great opportunity.
Ray Mack, a very high up person in my personal, learning of the game and mentor really is the word I'm looking for. He's taught me so many little intricate details about pool, and one of the things that he taught me was that it's a very bad idea to take a break when you're not in a favorable position. You do not want to come back to the table kicking at a ball, or even I'm about to break and your break hasn't. If you got a great shot at the table and you're going to want to have to take a break for a second, or you got a favorable position, whatever, that's when you take your break. Don't rush through it and whatever. You feel like you got a little nerves and you've been cooking a little bit. You absolutely need to take a break at a favorable point in the game. You don't want to do it when you have something difficult, and that is fantastic information.
Yeah, that's definitely sound advice, and of course, unfortunately, there I was a little less quick on the draw when it came to the pulling of the sponsors.
That's
there.
all right.
Kevin,
that's all right.
Kevin pulling that match down, so we're looking at 2-1 for Kevin Baucio here.
Yeah, Kevin's somebody that can definitely win also. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Kevin and Rand both know how to win. They're not like, oh, I got lucky today. I had a fortunate run in the tournament or whatever it is. They know how to win. They can absolutely make it happen. So either of these guys can win this match, and they can go on and even win the tournament.
As I was mentioning earlier at the beginning, of course, we had made the mention yesterday during the stream, you and I, about Kevin being a candidate for the best dress. Today, he has elected the red bow tie.
Yeah,
yes.
You know what? I love it. I love it.
I do like it.
He's an artist, and he's an artist, and he just, when you see him, he's just, you can see it. He's creative, he's emotional, and, he puts himself out there, and I love that.
Here we go.
I'm going to give him a quick shout out as far as his art goes.
Oh,
If
his
you
art
guys
is
have
amazing.
not seen any of his pieces, he's done great things in the pool world, other industries also, but particularly the pool world, he's done a lot of great things. He paints all kinds of nice pieces. Check him out on Facebook. He's got all of his artwork up there. You can see it there. But definitely check Kevin's stuff out.
He does top quality work for very affordable prices as well.
Yeah, he's definitely an artist, and he paints also. He'll do interior paintings. He does murals and things like that. He did something great for one of the players. I mean, he's done it for a lot of rooms, but one in particular that's notable. He did it for Matt Resendiz. He did up the wall in his personal pool room, and it's just this amazing painting of the player's home. Of the player himself, and he's down with the cue, and it looks amazing, and it's huge on the wall. It's just it's so cool to be able to do that and customize your house with paintings of exactly what you want. Something that embodies what you're trying to exude in that room. It's just
definitely.
It's so cool.
And I mean, you don't see that in many places as well.
I mean, a lot of places, the best you're going to get is a giant decal to stick on your wall or something like that. Just print this out and stick it on there. Yeah, that's cool to a degree, but when you have an artist come in there and actually paint something like that
it's an
wall,
ambiance you can't get.
Yeah, you got to find some talent to be able to get that. Nice kick by Kevin right
Beautiful
there.
kick. Look at this.
And that's
He's going to
gonna
get
sit
rewarded,
pretty well.
too. I think he can possibly see a piece of that. He can. It's not the simplest
looking
shot.
At the overhead, it looks like he may be able to just cut it right in.
Yeah, you definitely see a piece of it. This
he's
tough
right
tough
on the
shot
rail,
here
so.
because he's the 8's going to definitely get in the way at some point here. Come off the rail and end up hitting the 8.
There's that Revo magic for you, folks.
Yeah, he's a lot of stroke for somebody. A lot of stroke for being on the.
Stuck to the cushion.
On the cushion like that.
Yeah, both of these guys are playing pretty well right now.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, there's been a lot of really great action. I don't know if you were during your match with Billy while we were gone too. We saw the winner of this match will end up facing the winner of Rob Pearson and Bill Cody. Bill Cody winning 7-4 in his first match of the day. Rob Pearson shutting out I believe, Brian Chase.
Yeah.
7-0.
Yeah,
That's
Rob
that's a big
Pierce is
win.
a player that
Yeah.
can really excel and play like way above the normal level, and he doesn't have to miss during a set.
And the thing
he
that-
probably didn't during that set, I'll tell you.
Yeah, we spoke with him briefly afterwards. He popped in to see if we needed any water, and we spoke with him briefly. And we asked him quickly how it went. And he goes, I didn't miss a ball. He goes, I think that I had him, 2 or 3 racks. But
So Brian was my last match there, and I think the fatigue of day 2 got him just a hair. I mean, Brian plays great. Don't get me wrong, he really does.
Yeah.
But I think the fatigue, in particular, of day 2 got to him a bit. He seemed like he was a little bit tired, just a little run down. I mean, he played okay. I mean, he wasn't just missing straight in balls. He ran a couple racks out.
yeah, it looked like he was playing well. We were keeping tabs on that game while we were watching this one,
Nice.
and it looked like he was playing all right.
Yeah,
Just-
he didn't play bad at all.
You played quite well.
Thank you.
Quite well.
Thank you. Just trying to just enjoy the game. That's all. The money factor in tournaments is always a nice bonus, but for me, I feel like it's more of a distraction. Just me personally. And
if you don't enjoy it,
I
if you
just
don't
want to play
enjoy
pool and hang out. Like, I know what it's like to play pool and not make money, and I know what it's like to play pool and make money. But the bottom line is, if I'm not enjoying it, I don't really care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that.
I want to come and have a good time, hang out with my friends, see people I don't see very often, and if you end up doing well in the event, great. If not, hey, I want to make sure I had a good time, so I'm going to make sure I'm smiling and staying positive and all that stuff, so no disappointments.
No, not at all. We got a lot of players that are still doing quite a bit there. A little lack
Clyde
of stroke.
pocketing a 9-ball over there. Clyde's up 2-1 against Sal.
Yeah, that's a big matchup given where Sal had started for today. We'll see if Sal can shake off the loss.
Yeah, both of those guys should be able to do that. I mean, you got to give the momentum factor to Clyde only because he's coming off a win, where Sal's coming off of a loss. However, still both very capable. I did see a shot missed by Sal in that rack over there, and the 7-ball was just hanging in the hole, and he had to fire the 6 at it, but for some reason it just jarred and didn't go in, and Clyde looked at him, kind of pulled his hands up like, how the heck didn't that go in?
Yeah. He had a couple of shots similar to that here. I think he actually ended up missing a ball that was in a pocket or close to a pocket, trying to just go off the rail.
It's going to happen, though.
Just
You got to be able to fade that stuff.
It's just misjudged.
Nice shot by Mr. Baucio.
That's right,
It looks
coming
like
down to a straight and
he's
9-ball.
about to tie it up, and he does.
There we go.
2-2.
We're looking
for
here.
Mr. Kevin Baucio and Ran Tamba. We are doing well. We are doing well, having a good time.
Oh yes.
I got to tell you, Tim, it's refreshing having you in the booth with me. You can tell that you're comfortable talking, and you're good with the computers and whatnot. So it's really nice to be able to have some help like that. I appreciate that.
No problem. It's good to be helping as well. I mean, obviously with us building our streaming setup over at Yale, it's been a process building that, but it's good to just get
This is
that
good
experience
yeah.
off of that as well. There we go with
Pow.
rack number 5, 2-2 in straight race action, 7-7.
Dry break.
Yes, we do. As it looks, Rand will be looking at a decent shot into the corner for the 1. Has a good chance to possibly put something down here with a relatively open rack. The only ball that's a little funny is the 8-ball. Maybe the combination on the 5-7, but I think the 5 has a pocket. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how he's comfortable, but I would actually stall the cue on the 4 like that.
oh, there we go.
He went a little bit too hard into it.
I think the 4 helps him though.
I think he wanted to hit it a little more towards the center of the cue ball as to not move the 4 so much. But he did want to make sure that he got a rail, so I think he wanted to just play a little bit more to the center of the cue ball and a little firmer hit. That would have left him a little bit better there.
Kevin's looking
Small error.
Kevin's looking at a kick here. 2-rail kick, it seems. Possibly
Yeah.
looking to kick the 1 ball in on the short rail.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. I know he's going to hit it. I mean, that's 100% he's going to make.
Oh,
the
he
hit.
made the 3.
Wow.
Wow. Well played kick. Rewarded him.
Yeah, yep. I mean, looking at the rack right now, it seems that as long as he can do something with that 5 ball, he's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if he gets underneath the 4 to shoot it in the side, he should be fine.
Yeah.
He should be fine.
This is perfect. Nice natural angle to
Oh,
the
yeah.
4, and then just get up on the top
Absolutely.
top side by the 7.
Absolutely.
He's already seeing it. He's got
Oh, yeah.
he's got
Kevin's a true
dreams of
student.
sugar bells.
Yeah, Kevin's a true student of the game. He knows
Yes.
what to look for. He knows like how the balls react and things like that. You could ask him a million questions about it, and he's like a book about pool. And you know, he definitely knows what he's talking about. He's no slouch. He knows what he's doing. He's been around the game for a while. You know, he's been focusing on his work a little bit more lately. However, it doesn't mean that he's not able to play. He can play at a high level for sure.
Kevin looking at a much tougher shot on the 5 than he wanted. Overran that a little bit. I have a feeling that it's not necessarily got enough of an angle to cut the 5 in the corner. He may be looking to fire this down closer to the 6.
I'm not really sure what he's looking to do here. I know he can hit it.
Oh, wow, he could
He
see
can
it.
make it.
There we
Nice
go.
shot.
What a
Fantastic.
shot by Kevin Baucio.
Fantastic.
Wasn't sure I saw him look. I saw him looking down by the 6. Oops. Looking up here at the 6 ball.
Now, your opinion, is he going to go forward 3 rails, or is he going to try to pop it and draw?
I would say I'd say forward here, just because he's got a lot of an angle to, a lot of space to put between the 8 and the 9 there. Unfortunately, he kind of shot that a little quickly.
Yeah, that was quick. That was what we had spoken about yesterday a bit, about the slot cars flying off the track.
Yes.
He's cool, calm, collected. He's making great shots. He's in position. He's in line. Everything's looking good. And a little bit too fast on that last execution. He needed to remain slow. Another thing I've noticed, like, for example, my last match there, there was a situation where, I need like 2 games or something like that, and the guy still got like 1 or 2 games or something, right? I got a significant lead, and guy gives me ball in hand, and it's semi-open, but there was a little cluster. I wasn't really too comfortable about it, but I want to say most of the time someone's going to shoot at the table.
Yeah.
And I took an extra couple of minutes and figured out what I wanted to do, and I ended up playing safe there. And that little extra, take your time, figure it out, don't do something over the top, that helped me win that game. Just because of that.
Yeah, it's good to just, especially when you have a lead, some people just get recklessly aggressive. I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of
I'm
it
just
big
gonna
time.
fire it the hole, and maybe it'll go in, and maybe I'll win. But
It's a great shot by
You got to
Red.
bear down a little extra in those situations, my opinion, anyway. I don't think you should be taking flyers all the time.
No,
You
definitely
got
not.
to bear down and make something happen. So,
It's a,
got a couple guys in the chat there.
yeah.
Joanne Corbett, hey, what's going on?
Yeah,
Tim,
she's
I
been
thought
there.
that was
Ricky Fagioli.
definitely good to have you commentating. Yes, we're enjoying Tim. Jeff DeRosso, what's up, my man? Yeah, Tim's doing great. And a boy, Kevin. Yep, Kevin's taking care of business. Scott Reynolds, what's up? Who won between Adam Blair and Phil Medeiros? Phil
that's a good
Medeiros won
question.
that match. Phil Medeiros won that match. That was definitely a straight shooters / Fall River battle, and they're 2 good friends. And, it's unfortunate when you draw a friend in a tournament, but hey, you got to do what you got to do.
That's the second ball that that's the second 9 ball that Rand has missed. That's very unfortunate. Kevin boxing
Returning
it
it.
back. Wow. I'll tell you, the nerves when you get this deep in a tournament, they creep up on you.
I
They
will
creep
say,
up on you.
as far as mental distractions and it's tournament and the stakes and all that stuff. Aside from that, when you play on table number one, that is a factor for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That is a factor for sure. Like just knowing that the speed is fast, knowing that there's tighter pockets, and there's a rail of folks just staring at your match. I mean, that's going to add a little bit of heat for sure.
Oh, for sure.
And a little bit of heat from all those little things added up. I mean, that's going to weigh a little bit on you. So,
Yeah, it's
you gotta
definitely a
fade
big,
those things.
definitely a big swing in that rack. I mean, you turn around, that could have been enough to possibly make Rand think a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, those two racks right there. That's what would that make it? That would make it 4-1.
3-2.
I'm saying the two balls that Rand missed.
Yeah, it'd make it 3-2.
Yeah.
Because Kevin made the other one.
Yeah, right.
So I mean, that would have been a huge swing.
Yeah.
Of course, Kevin making sure that the rack is nice and tight. He's done quite well at pocketing balls on the break. So his rack's definitely been working today.
Mm-hmm. So just going to give a quick shout to the players around the room. Give you a heads up on who's playing. Our neighboring table is Mike Verducci and Ben Savoy. They're battling it out. Then we have Francisco 5K Cabral. He's taking on Mike Nicolaro. Next down the line, it's Lindsay Monto playing Rich Farrell. And we did previously mention Sal Modolo and Clyde Mata are battling over there. And the other active match is Bob Lucas and Emily Cady. Bob Lucas, Emily Cady. So that is what we're looking at right now. The secondary event, the 10-ball tournament, it has begun in the opposite room, the adjacent room, tables 9 through 15. I'm not sure how many players were in the 10-ball.
So I would say,
I know we capped it at 32, but
yeah, they capped it at 32 and a
like
max
decent.
Fargo of 685.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm pretty sure at the time, I don't know if they necessarily filled it completely, but I know that I'm sure there may have been a couple of people who might have been less than pleased with you for jumping Billy out when he did, because he may have jumped into the 10-ball as well. Just coming in just under the cap.
So they're upset with me because I sent Billy to them.
You said that, so now they get to deal with him.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit Billy with one of my favorite lines. I'll tell him, hey, Billy, you've been gone a long time. I don't know if you heard, I don't shine shoes no more. I hit him with that one every now and again. He dies laughing. See how he reacts to that one. So, sorry, 10-ball players. I had to do that. I'm sure they weren't thrilled with Brian Chase getting thrown in there either.
No.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not what they expected.
Yeah, that's all right.
I heard. Speaking of, I heard. Jared Demalia said he was 10% to play in this event. And I heard he showed up.
Yeah, well, he was 15% because I offered a large diet soda for free.
Oh, yeah. 15.
So 15%.
Probably enough to put him over the helm.
Yeah, that was enough. Yeah, give or take 4 to 7%, something like that.
Mark Creamer joining the stream. Daryl Helm also here, saying hello to other people that are watching the stream. We've had quite a few people in the live stream today.
So yeah, it's been a smooth event. Hasn't been any obtuse situations or disagreements, things like that. I mean, it's been pretty cool and calm. Hasn't really been any issues.
Nope.
So I'm definitely having a good time. I am slightly biased because I'm at my home pool room and I love being here, but
it's a great room.
Yeah,
it's all
just
the way around.
but
I mean,
as
I
far as
can't
the event
imagine.
goes,
I
it's
can't
fun.
imagine New England pool without Snookers being a part of it.
Yeah, Snookers is definitely
It's a
a staple.
mainstay.
It's definitely a huge portion of the pool scene, and they've been around for a while, and just the legacy of Snookers in itself is just awesome. Snookers was fortunate when they moved from their older venue to here. I forget the numbers. They put in like $1.8 million or something like that, renovating the place over here.
Wow.
And what do you call it? When they did that, Billiards Digest voted Snooker's best new pool room in America. So that's a pretty nice, that's a pretty nice thing to say.
That is a very prestigious honor.
Yeah, there's a lot of great pool rooms. So to hear that, you were number one on that list, I mean, that's pretty awesome. I forget which year that was released. I want to say it was maybe 2010 or something like that. But they continue to amend the room. If you're not aware, the New England Pool and Billiards Hall of Fame is actually in Snookers in the main room where we are right now. And they do add plaques. They have the ceremony each year. They induct new members, people from New England that have, given to the game or performed extremely well or, run great events, things like that. Just anybody that's given something to pool where it's been notable. And, it's a pretty cool thing, but they keep amending things. There's a lot of nostalgic pieces of Rhode Island and New England history inside the building. If you guys have ever been to Providence, there's, there's an old Metropolis sign, the Rum Runners sign. There's a lot of pieces from Rocky Point.
I always wondered about the Rum Runners sign. What's the deal with that?
I'm not
'Cause I
sure.
don't know much about it.
Well, I mean,
I just know they've got a lot of memorabilia.
yes, and to be honest, the owner Steve Goulding, he's very, very nostalgic. Like he loves the history of Rhode Island and Snookers and all of that stuff. Like he's just that's his portion right there. I don't want to call it a weak spot, but he's got a special place for that type of stuff. And there is a lot from like they have like the old Exxon sign over there.
Yes.
And, I mean that's awesome. I think they got the RCA dog over there. That's pretty awesome. You've seen it over there in their table 15.
Yeah, I wondered what that was. I actually
Yeah,
didn't know what that was.
But old school posters, movie posters, and things like that, and it's just really awesome. Just being here, just the environment that you're in. So if you haven't been down here, come check it out. It's pretty awesome. They got the banners hanging all around the main tournament room here from the Ocean State 9-Ball Championship. That's a pretty awesome thing to check out. You can see the first one here is 1990, Rick Marcos, 91, Mike Zuglin, got Tony Robles, Ginky, going down the room, Mika Immonen, Jim Rempe. I mean, you name it, they're up there. It's pretty amazing.
Our most recent champion, I believe, was Alex Kazakis, was it not? I think Alex won the most recent Ocean State, did he not?
The last Ocean
I know that he
State-
won in 2017. It's
ladies
either
and gentlemen,
him or Shaw.
No, you know what? Alex won in 17. In 2018, I believe the current champion is Jason Shaw. I believe
Shaw won.
so. I believe so, yeah.
All right, first place is going to be 6 1/4. Second's going to be 4 1/4. Third's going to be 250.
Mark is
Fourth's gonna
announcing
be
the
120.
10-ball
Side
tournament
ball,
payouts.
3 spots. We're going to do 140, 100, and 40.
Brian
shot,
Brian
but-
Chase has given me some some threatening gestures from across the pool room. I gave him the slit across the neck and a smirk. Brian's great though. We're friends. Nobody wants to lose, but we're friends.
No.
It's cool. He's only busted.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah.
It's all action. Enemies on the table, friends on the
Yeah.
friends off it.
Yeah, I don't even want to say enemies. I want to say competitor.
Yeah. Rivals.
Yeah,
Rivals. Probably a
rivals.
better word.
That's okay. But I don't. I mean, this is across the board. You never want to bring emotions to the table of any
course.
kind. I mean, not even positive emotions. You want to have zero emotions. Zero.
That's a
You don't want to be
beautiful shot by
happy,
Kevin.
sad. You don't want to be hungry. You don't want to have to pee. I mean, nothing. The only thing you should be thinking about is, I make balls. Don't think the money. Don't think the tournament. Don't think who you're playing, whether he's your friend or not, whether the girl across the room's looking at you funny or not. I mean, you're literally supposed to be a drone, and all you know how to do, I make a ball. I make another ball. I make another ball. That's what you do. And, that's been the advice I've been given from some of the top guys. And it seems to work out, but being able to bring yourself to mentally be in that place, that's somewhat difficult at times. So, I guess to say, what's the saying? Easier said than done, right? But that is definitely sound advice. If you can bring yourself to
what a
be
break.
an emotionless player, that will significantly increase your performance. I
This-
guarantee it.
I'll give you the old short rack alert here. It's possible we may be seeing some, maybe seeing an early rack. Although
that is possible. I mean, if he
well, it's
gets underneath
runnable,
the
too.
3-ball,
it's runnable too.
he chose to stop like that. I'm not sure what his idea here is, but I'm sure he has one. He's not a. I'm just going to hit it and something's going to happen.
Something,
you know what I'm saying?
something tells me that this 4 ball, that something tells me this cue ball's going near this 4 and that 3's going near that 7.
Okay. Okay.
That's
See
my
what you're getting
guess
at
here.
there. Okay. I actually,
Nice
you know what
soft
shot
shot,
I
use the
like
7
here?
as a stopper.
I like banking the 3-ball to go to the bottom rail here, like just under the 4.
Yeah.
And trying to spin to contact the 7, but
Yeah.
going up above the 5 over there, over near the 9-ball.
Oh.
You know, that's not a
good
bad
shot
shot
too,
because
yeah.
you're going to open up the 4-ball, but if you can continue to keep the 3 in that type of territory from the corner pocket, if you can get the cue ball near the corner pocket with the 9, that's actually a big blocker with the 9 and the 5 there.
Oh, wow, he just fires the bank.
Wow, that was pretty sick.
Oh.
That was like, you know, the guy hits the bullseye with the bow and arrow, and the lock, Mr. Kevin Baucio, walks up and splits the arrow straight through the through the bullseye. He split Rand's arrow in twine. That's what that looked like right there. What's he gonna do? Watch this. That was pretty sick.
He misses that. He missed the ball.
No, he was bridging over the pocket,
Yes.
which, you know, that can mess you up quite a bit, especially with the rubber on the back of the pockets. I don't know if you've ever been in that position where
Yeah.
you have to rest the cue on the table to be able to cue properly, and the rubber kind of slows your stroke down for a second.
Yep.
Another great break time for Rand. I definitely
Oh,
agree
yeah,
with that
in
one.
favorable position.
Yep, he's got ball in hand. He wants to take his time. He's going to check it out.
Speaking of that, now that he's taken one, I'm going to take a quick one as well.
All right,
so I'll be
fantastic.
back in just a moment.
All right. All right, I'm going to stick in with you while Tim takes a break. And again, folks, please check out the sponsors. Check out these guys. They are all supporters of this particular event. Without them, events like this are not possible. So please, please make sure you check these guys out. Support them however you can, whether it be by helping promote them or, you know, if they have products, check out their products. You know, because, I mean, just for example, you know, if you don't need, you know, pool equipment or you don't need construction done or something like that, no, check out their website, share it, say, hey, these guys are good. You know, just give them a helping hand. All right, here we go. Rand Tamba, ball in hand. He's got 5 balls on the table. Now, I don't know whether he's going to try to make this combination happen with the 5-9 or if he's going to try to come around to just run the balls out. Not sure how he feels comfortable with this. All right, he's going for the combination here. You know, I'm not going to say that's the wrong shot, but it might be preference there. I don't see I don't see that being like I said, wrong, but I think that was just his preference. He might not be comfortable getting out with that layout there, so here he goes. And he fires it right in the hole, bringing it 4 games to 3 in favor of Tamba. And again, this event is rack your own winner breaks. So you are definitely going to have to maintain your serve. You win a game, you got to try to make that into at least more than one. In shorter races, you see a lot of alternate break, and sometimes they have pro events where you do alternate breaks, and that's good for certain events. But in this particular format, I think it's a good call. It definitely warrants the winner break format. So he's still breaking from the same point. Just barely holding that cue ball on the table. 4 ball on the side. He's got a slice of the 1 ball, but it is not a clear shot to pocket it. He does have a slice. It doesn't look like that on the camera, but he does have a slice of it. He's going to elect to push out. All right, Kevin immediately gave this shot back to Ran. I'm not sure if I really agree with that. I think this is just simply bank the 1 ball 2 to 3 rails to the top of the table, right up where that chalk is above the 2, and send the cue ball back down table. And that's exactly what he's doing. Something like that. And now you gotta shoot this. Excuse me. Oh, Kevin kicked that ball back there. I believe there's a clear shot, though. He can can't pocket the ball, but Rand's called the 9 ball. I think you're going to see him play a good amount of inside English, which in this case is left-handed English, to try to make that happen. I don't really like sending the ball near the 9 ball. Kerry was mentioning that earlier. It can open up some opportunities for your opponent, and you kind of don't want to get involved with that if you don't have to. You leave him some simple carom shot or combination or something like that, easy safety or whatever, but kind of want to keep the live ball away from the 9 ball if possible. I mean, unless you're really tying the guy up, frozen on a ball, kind of want to keep him away from that. So I see we're hovering right around 90 or 100, something like that, viewers right now. I'm assuming that some of the folks in the stream, I'm assuming that some of you guys were at the tournament. If you were at the tournament, give us some comments. Let us know what you thought of everything. Baucio firing. He's going to be able to comfortably cue up on this ball, and he's going to try to draw the cue ball to right around where he is holding his cue. And that's where he wants to contact the rail. I like the way Kevin steps into his shots just like that. It's definitely helpful. Fortunately, he missed the shot. Got the jaws. I mean, Kevin's very capable, but sometimes he needs to just take a quick step back and realize that he's capable. Just slow it down a bit. He's got significant firepower. He can do some damage. So if he can just roll this 5 ball in down the corner, I'm going to say this track is toast, to be honest. I mean, the only issue I see is a possibility of that 6 ball being stuck on the rail there. It makes it a little bit more difficult to just kind of twist it in and send it over near the 7, but we're not going to get to see that just yet. Nelson Rodriguez, Mike D, great commentators, voice so professional. Good luck today. Thank you, sir. Nelson, haven't seen you in a while, buddy. If you can make it down one of the events, I mean, any of them, a real good one to check out. One we got coming. This is a co-op tournament. Ship to Cash and the East Coast Pool Tour. We are bringing the Lascotti Memorial to Snookers this year. This is the 14th annual Lascotti Memorial. It's on February 9th and 10th. There's going to be a ton of players here. Definitely mark it in your calendar. It's handicap buy-ins. I believe they range from 40 up to 120. And it's going to be a fantastic event. Come check it out. $1,000 added into the pot. And we're going to have a lot of fun. So, again, that's February 9th and 10th right here at Snookers. You guys tuning in if you can make it. It's an open tournament. Anyone can participate. So we're going to see a lot of players in the room for that. See, Rick Fagioli, how you doing, bro? All right, so Rand's bearing down here. He's going to play just a little high inside, just a hair. Just kind of roll across the table here. Shoot the 8 in the same pocket. And I got to say, Rand moved a little bit more than his normal stroke there. When he struck through that, his body moved a little bit more than it should be. I'm not sure if Kevin's going offense or defense here. Never really can tell. Came just a bit wide. Doesn't leave him a great out, but definitely capable. I don't know if you guys ever saw the action match, Ship to Cash action match between Rand Tamba and Al McGuane. Went double hill. It was a great match. Lots of heat in that one. And the final 9-ball, Rand just, he looked at it for like an hour. Not really an hour, I'm exaggerating, but he looked at it for so long, and it was definitely not an easy 9-ball. Double hill, lots of money on the line, and when it came down to it, pow, he just fires it in right here on this table, and it was awesome. So Rand definitely knows how to get it. Josh Lerner, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us, Jose Concepcion, Paul Mora, Brian Angelbeck. What's going on, everybody? Please make sure you check out our sponsors. You can see them on the sides of the screen. They are making this particular event possible. And make sure you go to the Snookers Live Facebook page, like and follow. Previous to the finals of this event, we are going to give away a Snookers gift card, and also you will be getting updates on all of the upcoming stream content that we have coming up for you. And let me tell you, we got a lot in store for you. Stream's been quiet at Snookers for a little while, but I'll tell you, we've been working behind the scenes to make things better, and that's just what we're doing. So we're going to see a lot of stuff coming. Jason Gardner, Buddy Oldham, Ryan Shanks Jr. How you guys doing? Welcome. Ryan came a little short on the 8-ball here. I'm not sure how he would like to attack this. Jumped up, wow. Yeah, maybe a hair, yeah. You know, a really big piece of executing shots properly and making sure you're playing to your best. There should be no movement in your body when you execute that stroke. It should literally be just the cue stick in the bottom of your arm there. Just, you know, just follow through with the stroke, and your body's got to stay still. Any little wavering in your body there can throw the shot off by quite a bit. So you really gotta try to maintain that. Wow, I thought he was going to grab the cue ball for a second. He executes the 8-ball. He's got a very long 9-ball here. I mean, that is not what you want to be shooting for the cash, I'll tell you. You do not want to be shooting this one. It's not on the rail, but he is close to it. So I'm going to see if Rand takes his time, bears down, and pockets it. I'm going to say Rand's probably 70% or more to make this ball, even though it's in such a tough position. I'm going to say he is favored to make this. And we got Tim Levine coming back in the booth with us. Tim, what's up?
Yeah, what's up? Wow.
Did you have fun on your break there, sir?
Oh, yeah, you know, just got to refresh.
Yeah, refresh you. Do a little refresh you. Why not? So Rand's got this long 9-ball. Let's see if he can get it. Wow.
Oh, wow.
You know, he definitely jumped up there again.
Yeah, this This is the third 9-ball in this rack, in this set. He's really allowing Kevin to stay in this set.
Yeah, I mean, right when it comes down to the end there, you can see he's got a lot of movement. And, I mean, sometimes, I mean, we were talking about it earlier, just the 2 days of playing pool, it just
gets to you.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it just gets to you, and you do absent-minded things that you normally wouldn't, and it's just, you know, it can take a toll on you. So,
you know, as forgetful as I am, and I'm horribly forgetful, I need to look back at I'd have to look way back, but I'm now thinking to myself, I think I've played Rand before. I think I played him at the Tour Championship. I think I played him on the one-loss side on the first day. It was the last match we played on the stream table. I can't remember who I played that day. It might have been Rand. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, Rand's
either way.
Yeah, Rand's been pretty active.
Yeah,
same with Kevin Baucio here. I mean, they've been active, but you know, I feel that in the New England area, we've got just a ton of options for the players, and I feel very, very fortunate that we have that.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
I mean, there's such a, I mean, not only is there a lot of parity at the top.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got great guys, some of which are here, some of which aren't. But, you know, I could probably easily name 10, 15 guys that you would consider top players in this area.
Yeah.
I mean, just looking at the top. Let's look at the top 10 Fargo rates.
Is this in order here?
No, that's not in order. But that said, you know, just looking at some of the top 10, rates. I'll look it up online and just show some of the guys that were in there. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
for the tournament.
Yeah, it's just we have an active scene here. Pool is alive and well
Very
in New England, and I'm very fortunate to be in this area. I know that you know, down south they have an active scene. And out west there's some good stuff, but as far as options go, there's just a ton going on.
Yeah, there's just been so many players. I mean, so many players that came to this event, and so many players that are great that didn't show up. I mean, the Minicellos, everybody in the Minicello family, that obviously wasn't here. They all play strong. Phil Davis plays strong.
Yeah,
obviously wasn't here.
Yeah,
Mike Pettit plays great pool.
Yeah,
he wasn't here. You know, and just some of the guys that were in the tournament: Rob Pierce, Ryan Lynham, Brian Chase, Kerry McAuliffe. You know, all great players that are just, you know, that just round out some of the top guys in the area. And, you know, it's amazing how much parity there is at the top, but it's amazing how many people we have that come to these tournaments from all different skill levels. Also, you know, in the B range and the C range, people that are up and comers trying to build their game and trying to become better players.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I need to mention something, and I'm not trying to bring us to a dark place, but we lost a couple of people in recent times, and, you know, they were very, very special in the scene because they just they had a presence to them in the pool rooms and in the community where when something is incorrect. When something is incorrect or someone's doing the wrong thing, or, you know, just basic as knowledge that they can put into the room, you know, both Tim Perry and Nelson Oliveira, both passing, and I mean, it still feels surreal to me, and it's just, you know, both of those guys, just such huge. You know, figures in the pool
great
scene here,
too.
And it's just, you know, just for example, if Nelson came into the room, Nelson Oliveira came into the room, and, you know, he saw something or whatever it was, you know, he'd be able to tell somebody, hey, what are you doing, guy? Like, don't do that. Like, that's not how you do it. This is how you do it. You know, and you kind of got to listen to him. Like, nobody's going to say, oh no, I'm not listening to Nelson. You listen to him.
Yeah,
you know, he's the word. When he speaks, you listen, and he asks you to do something, you do it. Like, you gotta take his word, and you know.
I mean, if you value your continued improvement, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but even just
Yeah.
you know, even just as being a decent human being, you know what I'm saying? Like just being around the game, there's a lot of negative stuff, and you know, you
Just
just.
so FYI for the 10 ball tournament, guys.
That's a
have-
good hit by Kevin.
Looks like we have.
Oh, we have 7 players in the undefeated side, Joe. Just so you know, I just double checked that.
We got Sweet in the chat there. TP Ram. That's right, man. The buzzsaw Tim Perry. I miss him a lot. I really do. Yep. And Nelson too. I miss those guys a lot. Joe Dupuis in there. How many players left? And
There's
who's
7.
undefeated, please?
7
There's
left.
7 players left.
Yeah, 7 on the winner's side.
7 on the winner's side.
That's in both brackets total. There's
How
7
many
total
players
players.
in-
How many players left? I think they're down into the. They may be down into.
I think
into
they're going to be
didn't
into the
see
cash after this line. I think.
Yeah,
right.
so
This
there'll
is
be
going to
16 after all these loser side
16
matches
or-
are done.
I think they've actually played 2. I've played 2.
You
So
played 2. You're
I
in the
believe
cash, yeah.
I believe I'm top 12 now. So,
Yeah.
so I'm going to say Joe Dupuis. There's going to be probably. So that's what's going on. So we just had a little conversation on the sidelines there.
Yeah, there's the rail. The question of whether the rail is.
Think somebody dropped a breadstick when he was looking at the line. He dropped a breadstick or something. He's like, "Did you throw that at me or something?"
Yeah.
Oh man,
something.
it was pretty sick. But like we were mentioning though, it's just you know, having guys like that in the room was just, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, they were figures of respect too. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, there's nobody in the you know, you walk into a room, whether it be here, straight shooters, bows, no matter where you go. You know, if Tim Perry and Nelson were in a tournament, well, they were 2 guys who
They were
one you
just
thought
huge
were.
they're just huge personalities.
You
and,
thought
and
that they were either
loved
gonna,
for
they were
different
in the tournament,
reasons
and
too.
They were loved for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah, they were loved for a lot of different reasons, and it's just, you know, they were 2 huge personalities that I really miss. We got James O'Connell in the chat. How's Sal M doing? Thanks. I believe that
Salvador.
match is over. I
Yeah.
believe he lost. Looks like it was 7-2.
Wow.
Clyde is probably bearing down. I know Sal was struggling a bit in that match, so unfortunately Sal Madolo has been eliminated by Clyde Mata. Brockton Fats himself, that's what we call him around here.
I would have put a considerable amount of money on Sal to go pretty deep at the start of the day today.
Yeah.
Before he played Rand.
Yeah, Ran is a very confident player. He, I'm not trying to say like he's reckless with himself, but like he is very, very confident in himself. Like, if he comes into a pool tournament and says, "Hey, I'm gonna bet on myself today. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna do well." You can take his word for it that he's gonna really try to come with it as best as possible because, you know, he knows he's ready. He doesn't kid himself. Is really what I'm getting at. He knows when he's ready to play, and
he's probably quite honest when he's not ready to play as well. Oh no!
Unfortunately, he moved the 7 ball with his cue or the bridge, I believe.
Yeah, the bridge.
Yeah, he hit it with the bridge.
He
We're
was
gonna
picking
get to
the, he
see
was
a
picking the
soft
bridge up and
replay
knocked the
of it
7
over
in the
there.
pocket.
Yeah, he picked up the
just-
cue and he
oh, my
actually
goodness.
just rolled it into the hole.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
You know, I'm gonna take a quick bird's eye view of that 5 ball, see how it's situated on the nipple there. Yeah,
I
that's
think that
going.
5
That's
goes.
going in fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
And it's on the pro side of the 8 ball too. So
Yeah, so he's
is-
able to just roll that 5 in and get on the 8. So, bending his position on the 4 ball, he's going to be all set here.
yeah, barring a goofy position on the 4 or a miss position on the 5.
I mean, he
pretty
contacted the
clear
4
to the
there, but
9.
he's okay. He's just going to spin it up the table a hair. He don't have to do anything too crazy.
That's what's making this match interesting is some of the timely miscues too. I mean, you know, I want to think to myself, you know, no disrespect to the way Rand's game is being played right now. But I want to think to myself, just all of the, there have been a lot of very careless errors that I'm sure that if he watches this match again, that he will see and say, wow, that's definitely something to work on when I gets back on the table. But again, no disrespect to his game. He's been playing well. Just I'm sure he's kicking himself probably in his head more than anything for the missed 9 balls or hitting the ball with the bridge. It's just stuff you don't see every day.
And he misses
And
the 9
Kevin
ball.
may be kicking himself for the 2 9 balls that he's missed now too. This is
And I'm going to say Ran tries to thin the 9 ball and leave it center rail. On the rail it is right now. Send the cue ball up table. And this table being a little bouncy on the rails, this is able to be executed fairly easily for a player of Ran's caliber. You can just kind of thin it and send it up the table. You don't have to really put a good stroke on it. You just kind of thin it and go just like that.
That's a beautiful shot.
And that is containing.
That is one of the safes I think that I struggle the most with. It's I always tell myself that I got to get better with some of those shots, but I never put myself on the table to actually do it. They say talk is cheap. If I want to get better at them, got to try to start hitting them.
Yep. Me personally, I can definitely account for that. Oof, that was a rough one, but I can personally account for he cannot concede this game. He has to make him shoot it. If you concede a game, you lose 2. So he's going to shoot this.
Yeah, I actually I had that my loser's side match. When I was playing Mario, the first rack he missed. I think it was a 7 ball or an 8 ball. He was on a run too. He was on a good run. He should have broken around the first rack. And I remember him missing the 8 ball. I shot the 8. I had ball in hand on the 8, and I just laid straight it on the 10. And he got up and he goes, "That's good." And I sit down. I go, just don't concede it. I go, I can take another rack. I go, don't do that.
Yeah.
I didn't take the rack, of course, but
yeah.
It was, given the way it ended up, I probably should have taken the rack. But
Yeah. No. Don't take it.
no,
Don't take
the
it.
rack. But I mean, given the fact that Mario drilled me that rack, it was 7-3. So I mean, it would have felt a little better to be 7-4.
I was thinking about that. You just mentioned Mario. I wish he was here today. And ironically, I'm the reason he's not. But well, maybe not just me. It could have happened later on.
You've taken out a field of killers in the past couple of days.
Yeah, well,
I've seen a couple of the guys that you've knocked off.
I'd
be wary of you on the loser side.
I apologize.
You're not who I'd be wanting to see.
I appreciate
riding high.
the confidence, sir. So I did flash that up a minute ago, but those are the payouts for this event right there. Got a $1,600 first prize.
There's a
Pretty
big,
strong.
pretty decent swing in payout from the winner of this match to the next one. I think the winner of this match is guaranteed possibly 7th, 8th, or 5th, 6th.
Yeah, something like this. I'm not sure where the brackets are. To be honest, I avoid looking at them when I'm invested in a tournament. When I play,
the winner will be guaranteed 5th, 6th.
Okay. So that'll be final 2 in the top bracket, final 4 on the winner's side, overall in the upper and lower. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, great.
So the winner would be guaranteed, I think, 5th, 6th there.
Yeah. Then they would be 2 wins away from the finals. 2 consecutive wins away from the finals, I should say.
The next match would be to win the winner bracket.
Yep.
You'd be going to the hot seat.
All right, so got Ran at the table. He's trying to figure out what he's going to do with this 1 ball. We've got all of the balls on the table. He's looking at either a 1 or 2 rail kick. I'm not sure what he's more comfortable with. The 2 rail kick may send it towards the 9 ball.
He's queuing up for 1. Wow, he just made it.
There it goes. He looks like Tim Levine. You know that guy? He kicks balls in just like that.
That's a window. What a window.
Right?
Look at that window.
Yeah, look at that. That's what he went through.
Wow.
Pretty sick. But hey, you know what? Sometimes it's just your turn. And that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes.
Tunnel of garbage and came out smelling like a rose on that shot. That was a great kick. What a good kick.
I'll tell you
and
what,
he hit it so full.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though. He returned the serve back to Kevin though. I mean, Kevin Baucio has a clear shot at the 2 ball here. I'm not sure how he's going to attack this, but
Kevin has been, at least compared to a couple of the matches I've seen earlier in the day, he's been a lot more offensive than
Yeah, that
defensive.
can happen.
I
That
haven't
can
seen him
happen.
play a lot of. I haven't seen him play a lot of safety play, like a lot of these banks where you'd think he's going to go with some end-to-end or some rail-to-rail safe. He's elected to bank instead. I don't know if it's just the way he's wired up today, or if he just feels that he's really just feels like he wants to put a nail in the coffin
Yeah.
with a
Yeah, I mean,
with a strong shot.
we spoke about this yesterday a bit on the stream. I've struggled with anxiety towards the end of a set. Like I'll be up a good ways in a set. I'm on the hill and the guy needs 2.
Yeah.
The guy needs 3 or something like that. And sometimes I've struggled in the past with I just want to finish now. I just want to finish it, and that is definitely not good advice there. You do not want to do that.
Miscued.
Oh, that wasn't miscue. That's
Miscued off the
unfortunate.
rail.
But again, you don't want to get anxious and just try to finish. Like we spoke about, just trying to fire at, winging a shot, taking flyers because you're up in a set. I mean, that can lose the set on you. You got to continue to stay tight and bear down and make sure that you're doing the right things and just making sure you're not making unforced errors and whatnot.
One thing I've noticed in the set too, especially even before you came over, I just noticed that little nuances around the room, and I don't know how much this affects you, but like little nuances in the room and people, I think have been distracting Kevin a little bit, unintentionally, of course.
Yeah.
And I think he's just been a lot more cognizant of what's going on around him. Like little movements or shifting in the chair. Or what have you.
That's definitely a factor there.
That could be frustrating him a bit.
It
It's unintentional, of
It
course.
could be. I mean, he's got his headphones. He's got his headphones in right now, and he's trying to fade the rail.
Yeah.
I mean, the bottom line is this. Everyone has their different. I should say different perception of what someone's intent is.
Yeah, of
like
course.
what is their intention there, and not everybody knows the full scale of etiquette and what may or may not bother someone and
Yeah,
things
definitely.
like that. So, like if someone's throwing their arms around, having a conversation, they're extra Italian, and they're talking with their hands. They're whispering, but they're talking with their hands, as I'm doing over here in the booth. And a player might be like, "What the heck are you doing, man? Why are you doing that? You're trying to distract me. You're trying to make me miss." And they're not even involved in the game. But as the player, they need to just understand, hey, they might not be doing that on purpose. So respectfully request, hey, would you mind not moving around? It's kind of distracting me. I'm sure you're not doing it on purpose, but please, this, that, the other, please don't do that. It's bothering me. But, the players and spectators on the rail should have a common understanding that something like that may bother a player.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of movement, things like that.
Especially if you're sitting on the front rail.
Yeah, and try to be conscious of it at least. I mean, I'm not saying when you come to watch pool you have to act like a statue, but at least be conscious that your movements and your voice is carrying in the room, especially with without music and stuff like that. It may carry in the room, and you know what? You might be giving somebody a hard time and you don't even know it. So you got to try to have a common understanding of those things. Scott Cohen, what's up, man? What's the score with Justin and Adam?
I believe it's 4-1.
It's 4-1. Is that what it is? And who's leading there? Justin is. Justin's leading, or
I don't know which one is leading, but we'll know in a second because the 8 ball and the 9 ball.
It's 3-1
there.
on the it's 3-1 on the beats right now. We're gonna see
4-1 actually. 4-1 on the beats it is.
No, 3-1
am I
on
missing?
the beats right there. Yep.
I'm missing I read the wrong table. That was my fault.
Oh, that's all right. No problem.
I was reading table
And
5.
It is 3-2 in favor of Adam Blair. Adam Blair is up 1 game, and we got Justin Bertrand breaking over there.
And, Rob Pierce and Bill Cody are about to start on table 8. That match, the winner of that match will face the winner of this match.
So those are the 2 undefeateds.
Yes, those are the 2 undefeateds in the upper bracket.
All right. Fantastic.
So the 4 undefeateds. Just looking at the, not to do any prognostication or unnecessary prognostication, just looking at the upper bracket, trying to kind of prophesize a bit about who could possibly be coming out of that. I mean, You got a lot of
I mean,
really,
here's what I want to say.
really good players.
If Rob Pierce is in a match, like, he's definitely a contender.
You're like, yeah, I
don't
like
even
him.
need to know the other guy.
Yeah.
I don't need to know the other guy. But he's always a contender. Even if it's an equal or higher rated player, he's still a contender. It doesn't matter. Rob Pierce is very capable of doing some significant damage. He's just a monster.
Capable, especially given who's there. I mean, he's probably. Oh, I don't want to say the odds-on favorite, but he's definitely it's definitely possible to go all the way through on this side. Francisco Cabral too is somebody I've been watching the entire time. He lost his first round. He's been battling ever since the first round.
You know, that's funny you said that. Francisco Cabral, we call him 5K.
Yeah.
He is a player that is like one of the most consistent shooters.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you a very short story about him. He could not make it in time for the beginning of a Joss event. Okay.
Yep.
He couldn't make it, but he really wanted to play. He had to work, and he wasn't going to make it on the Saturday, the first day, until after the first round had already begun. He accepted the first round loss, came in, and cashed. Now, you tell me that that's not a warrior on the table. This man willingly said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to play. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah,
I don't need double elimination.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to take single elimination." And you know, he cashed in that event. He said, "I'm obviously going to come and play, but." He's like, oh, I got to lose my first round? Yeah, no big deal. I'll just come in one loss. No big deal.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and that's just that should tell you something about his integrity and his you know, his fight. I mean, his confidence too. I mean,
I'll never forget the day. This was obviously, you know, ages ago. Of course, I'll give you a funny one about, right? You'd probably look at me and say, "Stop telling me this story." But
oh dear.
no, it's a funny story.
Well, if I stop you mid-sentence.
Remember the old? Well, I can't say old because it may still be going on. I don't know if it is or not. Remember the Tri-State Tour?
No,
Way back when?
No, I'm not too familiar with that. I mean, I've heard of it.
It's down in Jersey. It's down in central Jersey. There was a tour down there. I don't know if it's still going on or not. But it was around for a while. It was kind of up there with like the Joss events. It drew a pretty decent field of players, but it was probably a little lower than the Joss events. It didn't. I don't think it allowed pros, but it drew a lot of like high level amateurs. And I remember Rob telling me he was going to go down to that tournament one time. I was going to go with him, and then I decided not to. I couldn't play at the time. I was just going to go to watch because I couldn't handle that tournament at all. But he ended up losing in the first round to somebody. It was a hill match, and he ended up losing a close one. He ran, I think the field was 128 players. He ran 13 straight matches on the loser side to come back to win the event. They said
you're
it was
talking about Lucas?
No, Robert.
Oh,
Lucas may have done it too.
I was going to say that's an identical.
Lucas may have
story.
done it more recently.
That's an identical story to the kid Lucas. Lucas
Yeah.
did the same thing at a Predator tour.
Yeah,
He
Rob
lost his
did
first
it.
match and he had to win 13 in a row, and he did.
Rob did it in a tri-state. He said it was the first time in that tour's history that somebody had done that. And you know, Rob was only probably 24 at the time.
That's insane.
You know,
man.
it's just this was back in like 2009.
Well,
again,
whatever
of
they
course.
got in the
He was
water
coming
in
up.
Wallingford, keep drinking it.
Yes,
guys.
exactly.
Keep drinking it. Might be that Sosi spice. That might be something. All right, so
The Sosi swill.
yeah. So Kevin
let's
Baucio
get ball
played
here.
a nice containing shot there, and then Rand had to kick at that 8. He hit it, but now he's left him the long straight. I'd like to see him roll this. Lots of high, but not very hard, just to maintain your cue ball.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, but he's going to come out okay, I believe.
He left a shot.
I thought that was going to get up a little higher.
Yeah,
So,
that table got slow quick.
Yeah. No.
This is enough. It's not the simplest shot to hold. Maybe
Yeah.
a little inside English if
Yeah.
he can get around the 9.
On
I
this
can't
table,
tell.
this is not a shot we're going to be able to hold here. So, in my opinion, you're supposed to draw with a hair of outside, try to hit the diamond under the side pocket, and come back around the table.
That sounds
If
about
you
right.
just shoot it in and you don't draw it a hair, there's a good chance you're going to scratch in that top corner.
Yeah.
I've seen that 1,000 times. You know, you roll it just a hair of
going-
outside,
he's
and
going
it
with
goes
inside
pow
here.
right at it. Let's see how he does this. All right, yeah,
He hit
that's
that
okay.
more center than
If he's
anything.
comfortable with
That was
this,
a good
that's
shot.
okay. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. It's that a little bit of that.
I wasn't
Revo
sure if he.
magic
I
there.
wasn't sure if he could hit that inside. I mean, I understand the Revo barely deflects at all, but I wasn't necessarily sure he had the room to
Yeah.
account for that.
Oh yeah,
little bit
yeah.
of
No, I
deflection.
get you. Yeah.
I actually thought that he couldn't spin it inside and get away from the 9-ball.
Well, that's Ran Tamba.
I tried to look. Yeah, I was gonna say I tried to
They
look.
call
and see
him
the shot.
Kidlet.
What?
Kidlet. That's his nickname. Kidlet
Kidlet.
means lightning strike.
Oh,
In he's Filipino. That's in his native language. That's what that means.
Really?
They gave him that name in the Philippines.
I love that. That's awesome.
Kidlet, lightning strike.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is really
I
good.
don't know
I
if
like
that was available information or not, but now it's out there.
That might turn that might turn into my favorite. It's definitely my favorite. One of my, or probably top 3. One of my favorite amateur nicknames I've heard.
It's pretty good.
You know.
Real quick, I just want to remind you guys to check out the sponsors of this event. We're at the New England 9-Ball Series Winter Classic at Snookers in Providence, Rhode Island, and we are having a good time. Ran Tamba is on the hill, race to 7. Kevin Baucio trailing with 4 games. We got Steve Sutton in the chat. He's
Yes.
asking
Sutton
update
Death.
on Mike Verducci versus Ben Savoy, table 2.
4-2.
I see 4-2. I do not know who's up, nor do I know the race. Hey, Chris LaValle, Pigman, what's up, my man?
You said
Thanks for tuning
Ben. You
in.
said Ben Savoy and Mike Verducci.
Yep.
I'll look the race up
4-2
right
there.
now.
All right, Rand's happy with that rack.
Roll a little Fargo
Here he
magic
goes.
here.
Let's see if he keeps his position on the break here. He's been like just a hair inside of the break box. Let's see if he continues to go right to there. I know he's put in some time on this table. Yeah, look, he's at that very
He's going back to the well.
very consistent spot. And let's see where he's contacting that one ball. Pretty square there. And that's going to be another dry break, leaving a clear shot at that one ball. Get a quick look at the layout. Check that out.
That race is even. It's going to be an even race to 7.
It's an even race to 7
Yeah,
over
it's
there. huh?
5. It's a 599 versus a 563. That's an even race.
Okay. All right.
So they're playing an even race to 7. It's
Even race to
4-2.
7.
Someone's up.
Someone is leading in that match.
Steve
Who it
Sutton
is,
wants
we
to
do
know
not
who it
know.
is. That would be the weatherman, Tim
Oh,
Levine.
that's Tim Levine, man.
Hi, how
Come
are you,
on.
Steve?
Can you tell by that professional voice over there?
All right, table 11, we got Chad Bassinet and Jared Jamal, race to 7. Good luck, please.
They got the 10-ball rolling
Mr.
over there.
15%, Jared Demalia.
Yeah, he's here, 100%.
Coming to bang and
I
clang.
can't wait to tell the waitress to bring him a 34-ounce diet soda. He's going to be like, are you kidding me? Hey, it's worth the $5 to $8, whatever it costs for a large diet soda. I don't even think they sell them that big,
I'll
but
tell you, the mugs are just monstrous.
yeah, it's
These
pretty
things are
awesome.
huge.
I think that's what it is, 34. I think that's what it is, 36 or something like that. They have
so much diet
like
soda.
so many options as far as grabbing a draft beer here, and sizes and flavors, and it's pretty good. Snookers is awesome. Rand tried to just roll and slice.
He's gonna get a little bit of
Got a little bit of a jelly roll there, but I believe Kevin can still hit this. So if you can hit it, and you're a guy like Kevin, you can figure out a way to either make it or contain him somehow.
I'd mentioned
Just
at
like
the
that.
beginning of the stream. I remember the first time I remember I mentioned Kevin's cue. He's got the arrows that are on
You know,
the
that's
top
so
of the
funny. I was
stream.
just about to say that.
The first time I played him, not only did he have the arrows on the tip, but he also had the same exact arrow on the bottom of the shaft. And for some reason, I'd never seen it before, and I was like, "Can he do that?"
Oh, yeah.
I was like, and then I realized that yeah, he can, but it bothered me so much. Like it threw me out of my game.
You're like,
You
why
know,
is the guy got arrows? Is that
yeah.
cheating or is it not?
It threw me out of my game. Like I learned later that he could do it, of course, and I learned not like during the match that he could do it. But that said, it threw me off of my game every single time I saw it. And of course he didn't miss much in that set either. But when when we were playing, I kept looking at those little arrows, and they just bugged me out.
Yeah.
I never got in my groove against him because I was thinking about those arrows.
I'm going to draw a little picture on my shaft now and play a couple sets, see if it distracts you enough. I'm like, hey, you
I'm
want
used
to play
to it.
some? I've got
I'm used
arrows
to
on
it.
my cue.
Yeah.
Nah, forget it.
Yeah, I can't win. I'm sorry. I'm tired.
Yeah, forget about that. Yeah.
I can't win.
So unfortunate miss there. Again, I feel like that was just a little bit rushed on the execution. I mean, Kevin is more than
Something's
capable of
got
getting out of these tables here. I think he's just a little bit quick there.
Something's
The
got
slot
him.
cars coming off the tracks on some of those turns.
Yeah, something's got him. Something's got him out of his game a little bit. I don't know whether it's stroke, whether it's speed. Something's definitely got him out of his game.
Rand taking his time. You know, I'm going to say that was a balance issue. He was leaning over the table. I saw his leg raised, and it seemed like it was wavering as he was trying to shoot that shot. And I think that's definitely a factor. Like we mentioned before, I mean, you don't want your body to move at all. The only thing that should be moving is that cue stick and your arm that's pushing it down that line. I mean, you don't want any movement whatsoever. All it's going to do is make the shot more difficult to go in. It's going to change something, change the English, change where you're at. All right, we got it confirmed. It's 5-2 in favor of Mike Verducci with the Ben Savoy Mike Verducci match. That's what's going on.
Oh no, this is overrun. Oh no,
Oh, no.
stop time.
Now, we flipped the fans on real quick just for Kevin. Want to make sure that it stayed right there.
Actually, yeah, it's not overrun. It's almost overrun though. Wow.
That's going to be a race to 7.
All right, Kevin. All right, now just take your time here, deep breath, fire away, sir.
I knew I'd get somebody in the chat with the arrows. Speaking of people in the chat, Joe
Nicely
Lynch,
done.
Michael Gagney, Billy Santiago, Steve Cathello, I'm not even going to try that last name, Julio Abreu.
Yep. This one right here? This is
yeah.
Steve Coelho. Yeah.
Oh, Steve Coelho.
Yeah. What's going on, Steve, Julio,
Jared
Billy,
Demaya, T-Ball
Joe
Gunner,
Lynch,
Ten
Mike
Ball,
Gagnon.
Jared Demaya, thank you.
Who's on the table next?
It's a good
maybe
question. I think
we
I'll
can
double check
ask,
that.
Mark for that information.
Yeah, go.
All right, Tim's going to actually get that information for us. He'll come back with us in just a second. That is a great question. I'm excited to find out who's coming next. I would like to know who our next match is going to be. We got 6-5. Kevin Baucio trailing by 1 game. There's a race to 7. Wow, that was pretty much textbook break. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that. That's pretty great. Everything's wide open. Got a clear shot. If Kevin takes his time here and focuses, he's going to take care of business. Nice shot on the 2. I mean, I want to say that the only real hurdle here is just make sure you get a good shot at the 4. You get a good shot at the 4, and the rest of the rack's pretty much all taken care of. And unfortunately, he's tied up the 7 and the 8. Didn't want to move anything there. Takes a flyer and does not like the outcome. So Rand's going to have a pretty straightforward 4-ball here. I think he's just going to roll it forward just a hair. Maybe just throw it in so it kind of just situates above where the 4-ball is now. So he has the angle to play the 5 into the bottom corner where he will also shoot the 7. I think that's the smart way to play this, although he may have a different preference on how he wants to shoot this. He's taking his time here.
And we do have that next match coming up here. This is going to be lower bracket action. It's gonna
Lower
be
bracket.
even race action
Lower
too.
bracket match.
Yep.
Okay.
Lower bracket. It's going to be Dave Morganelli coming in at a 539 Fargo versus Bob Lucas, who's coming in at a 495
Bob
Fargo.
Lucas
That's going
and
to be
Dave Morganelli.
yeah.
All right.
And that's going to be a 5-5 race.
You know, I don't want to speculate, but I hear that Dave Morganelli, he's got a Revo.
Oh yeah. More Revo magic.
Absolutely. And Ran chose to try to come around with that 4-ball to the 5, and this is the end result with that funny angle. He came up a bit short on the line for the 5 and the side, but nonetheless, he's still at the table. Now, this is where it gets tricky, because do you want to try to play this shot and go offense here and possibly, you know, this isn't a high percentage shot, but possibly sell the rack back to Kevin and maybe have a double hill rack? Or are you going to play safe here and try to just maintain and try to have Kevin kicking at something?
You know, I think given the fact that
And that's exactly what happened there.
I want to believe that I would play safe, but
Yeah, you
there have
probably
been,
would shoot. Yeah,
there's many times where I say to myself, I'm up 6-5, I can afford, you know, I guess I can't really, you know, in a tournament like this, you probably can't afford to go hill, but you know, I can afford to give up one rack and possibly play, you know, an aggressive shot that ends the set.
Yeah.
But again, 6-5 probably not the best deal. If
Yeah,
it was 6-4, I'm firing all day.
Yeah, you don't want to have those emotions there, you know. So if you think that you know you got one shot, hey, if I make this, if I can nut this shot one time, I'm gonna get the cash. You know, if you're like, oh, just make it, something like that. I find that is not the way to go, and I'm guilty of it myself.
Yeah,
I'm definitely guilty of that
it's
for sure.
It's 6-5. I probably would be thinking a little more
you would try-
reserved. I would hope I'd be thinking
Yeah,
more
you would
reserved.
hope you would, right? And obviously, from the booth over here, it's very
Yeah.
easy to say it. It's just, you know.
Yeah, it's so much different.
All right, and as predicted, we've got a tie game here, 6-6, race to 7, and we got the lock, Kevin Baucio,
What a match!
to break
What a
in
match!
the final game. This has been a great match.
I mean, you think about all the opportunities that we've seen from other sides. I mean, if even one of those opportunities goes either way, you know, a missed 9-ball that Kevin had or a missed 9-ball that Rand had goes the other way, you know, we're looking at the game's already over.
There was a couple of those 9 balls that were missed, and you know, it just barely made it possible for us to get that double hill match.
If Rand wins, you know, Kevin will be thinking about the missed opportunity that he had when Rand missed the 9-ball, or maybe the thing that was bothering him, you know, at the table, or whatever, maybe making him shoot, or maybe shooting too quick. If Kevin wins, Rand will be thinking about the 3 9-balls that he missed.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
no matter what, someone's walking away with this with a lot on their mind.
Yeah, I got to say, though, at this point in the game, you can't be thinking about those things. I mean, come on. What are we doing here? All right, here we go. And I believe we got a dry break. We do. We got a dry break. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is going to be somewhat of a grinder rack. Neither one of these guys are going to give it up just like that. They're going to bear down and really try to.
Yeah, they're definitely not leaving a chance at that 2-ball.
Folks, just want to remind you, any person that likes and follows Snookers Live's Facebook page, that's where we're streaming from. If you like and follow that page, prior to the finals on the stream, we're going to give away a Snookers gift card. So make sure you like and follow the page. I know you guys can just get in there to watch, but if you like and follow, in addition to getting all of the updates on the upcoming events and whatnot, we are going to give away a gift card to Snookers, courtesy of Snookers themselves. So make sure you do that. Everybody is in the running. As long as you are on that list of likes and followers, you're in the running. Rand Tamba looking to kick here. Wow, that was like a triple carom bump stick. That was pretty unique the way that came out. Kevin immediately gets down and shoots. Now, I'm not sure if Rand's going to play the combination here or if he's going to try to play it off the back of the 8-ball. To get a clear shot at the 2-ball, he's got to be above it to shoot it into the side pocket to even attempt to run here. So I don't know which way he's.
I think if you're going to play this combo, you need to make sure that you stick that cue ball and leave yourself away. Look at this.
Oof.
Oh, but a cold roll.
That could have turned out better.
I see a dicey little save coming here.
You think he's going to thin it, try to go above the 2 and the 7 there?
Use the one as a.
Just
Use
thin
the
one
2 as a
ball
little
and
helper
come
ball
2 rails
and
above the 2
just
and the
try
7
to
there.
stay behind the 2.
Yeah, looks like he's going aggressive here.
Oh, different type of save.
Those
Try to
darn
come behind
Filipinos.
Yeah.
Where'd you come with that shot from? Where'd you find that? Manila. That's what he'd tell you.
Definitely sees what I did not.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see him doing something
It's
like
in
that.
his blood.
Yeah. Well, pool's definitely a game where you got to be creative. You absolutely need to be creative in this game. So,
Kevin thinking about this one.
you know, I don't even think he's thinking so much. He's preparing to execute. Like, I'm pretty sure he knows what he wants to do here. And he may be going to the air here. He may be going to the air.
Yeah, I see his break. That's a break cue in his hand. That's his break cue in his hand. Wow.
Stay out of the hole.
Just cold roll.
No. That is just unfortunate. He did make great contact there. Do you think Rand's going to even attempt this combination here? I mean, there's room behind the 1-ball, but it's not enough to really queue up comfortably. I don't like shooting the combination at all.
I
it
don't
in
like the
least.
combo here. I mean, you
But-
got an open table. You're,
Yeah.
the caliber of player Rand is. If he's feeling at all good about getting out, then he's going to try it here. I mean, he may also be looking at
Well, like safe play or something. I mean,
maybe I don't know if I like safe play here just because there's they're very small windows
Yeah.
you can deal with. But I think that's what he's queuing up for. He may be trying to end the set with a 3 foul, or maybe trying to get something more favorable.
Yeah, he might be putting it right on that 3-ball. That's not a bad idea. I don't mind that so much.
Tough shot. Wow.
You know, I'm going to go ahead and say
That's a great shot.
Kevin's making contact here. Rand's not getting ball in hand here. I think Kevin's making contact here.
But he's definitely taken away a couple of avenues.
Yeah, I mean, if he can't get by the 3 to get to this rail, which I can't tell if he can or not.
I don't think he
even
can.
with the overhead, I can't tell if he can make it by the 9 and the 3 to this rail. If he can, 100% Kevin's going to contact that 1-ball.
Yeah.
If he can't, he's going to go to the air and
He's going to the air again. I don't know what he's jumping over.
No,
with
you know
this.
what? I think he just went and got his
Oh
standard
no,
shooting
that's.
cue.
Oh yeah, you're right. I missed.
Notice those
misplayed.
arrows.
Yeah.
Excuse me, those arrows are a little bit more pointed.
Hello. Good evening. Good afternoon, Dave Loveland. Saw you in the chat there. Oh, he missed it. Wow.
He did miss it.
Now,
So-
if you're Rand Tamba, you got him on 2. Now what do you do?
You got him on 2. If that 3-ball wasn't there, he'd be shooting a combination.
All day.
100%. But it impedes just a small amount of the pocket. So
Rand's
I don't
Rand's
know
going
if
to be
he's gonna
doing.
shoot that. The
Rand's
pockets
going to
are
be
tight
looking to do what Kevin did earlier to. I think it was Cody Porter, wasn't it?
Not really sure. I don't remember that situation, but
Oh, he had the 3 foul for set.
you know what I like here? I like putting the cue ball under the 1-ball, but aiming it towards where the side pocket is to the left of the 2-ball, underneath the 2-ball there, and drawing in a straight line off the bottom rail and sticking it directly back underneath the 9. It's a perfect straight line. You don't have to twist it too much, and just play the speed of your cue ball, and you should be good. And I think that's enough to win this game here.
He's looking at.
You're going to have to come with a significant kick shot if you're underneath that 9 ball there. So, I mean, if you got a guy on 2 and you're in this position, straight line, just draw it straight back to the rail there and bump underneath the 9 ball. You can get it to stick.
He's going to try to put that. He's going to try to get the 1 ball to about 3.5 diamonds up towards his side pocket there, and just stick on the 9.
Possible. I don't like personally. I don't like the choice of that. There's a lot of things going on, and you want to make sure that you're going to stick somebody on there. And you're not playing a low-level player. Kevin knows the rails. He knows how to move it around, and
he's not happy with what he has to do to get to the 9 ball. He doesn't like the angle in which it's going to go in. I don't think. It's going to be. I don't know if he attempts to actually play this to the rail first and then get into the 9 ball, or if he's just going to try to drag it. This is a dicey shot.
Yeah,
he may not be sure what he wants to do either, even if he's in. Mark Francolangia asked me if Shorty's still in. No, Shorty is knocked out.
Yeah. Shorty was out yesterday. He did not continue on today. Ran Tamba.
That's an open shot.
That's an open shot. That was not a good option.
He didn't get what he wanted out of it.
I mean, trying to slide the cue ball sideways there. I mean, if you put it in a straight line, just draw straight back. You literally don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
You got to say, okay, draw about 8 inches, and you got a ball frozen underneath the 9 ball, I mean, or at least close to frozen.
Yeah, that's a tough shot.
That would have been a better option, I believe. Well, Kevin makes the contact, and how's he going to come out here?
Not horrible.
Yeah, he left him a shot. I think Rand's going to end up cutting the 1 ball. He may even call the 9 ball in the corner, just as just to cover himself there.
I think in order for Rand to actually hit the 9 ball here, though, on the good side, he'd actually push himself into it.
Oof, that 3 ball
made the
saved
1.
The 3 ball saved him there.
Yeah.
That was heading directly into the heart of the pocket. That 3 ball just blocking a hair. Left it like that. As promised, we got a grind out hill rack here.
And speaking of grind out racks, the other winner's side match on the upper bracket between Rob Pierce and Bill Cody. Bill Cody's about to notch a game. And that is going to be.
Well, I'll tell you. Beats. Let's see.
Yeah, I'll tell you who gets whether it's 2-2 or 3-1. We'll know in a second. It is 2-2.
2-2.
So we are all knotted up on table 8, where Rob Pearson and Bill Cody are going at it. Of course, the winner of that match plays the winner of this match. So
yeah, Bill Cody was my first loss of the event. I had a good lead on him, and just a lot of mental distractions during that set. Yeah, I couldn't really focus. Had a nice big lead, 4-0 I was up, and I just could not complete that. I adjusted so I wouldn't go broke.
Bill reminds me of a younger version of one of our Connecticut guys, Dr. Bob Mendengen.
Oh, Bob Mendengen. Okay. Yeah. Bob Mendengen's
it's
a
the glasses.
shooter.
It's the glasses.
You think it's the glasses? Yeah.
Yeah. Because Bill's got those higher rimmed glasses. You know, I don't understand. I feel for players that have glasses that have to play with glasses. It's I feel like it's so much tougher if somebody's got to wear somebody doesn't wear contacts. I know a lot of players that say contacts bother them. They try to play in glasses and really just.
I'll tell you the big rim glasses I know because when they get down on the shot, they have to look straight up.
Yeah.
They're looking up through the top of the lenses, and sometimes they don't want to have to go up, down, over and under the lenses there. I did notice Keith Platt. Not sure if you guys know him, Keith Platt. He recently modified a pair of his prescription glasses specifically for playing pool.
Really?
They're not the big rim glasses. They're just the standard frames. And he manipulated the nose rests so that the glasses will sit higher on his face, and it's down on the shot. It's perfect, and not for nothing, he plays better. He plays better.
That's awesome.
But that was a good little thing that he
Do you
came up
like-
with. And he comes to the pool hall with his prescription glasses on.
Yeah.
He takes them off when he's ready to play, and he puts on the pool glasses, and it's raised up. And it was actually a really smart decision of his.
I feel like if he had the right marketer for that, like people would buy that in the pool world, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, something that he could market or manipulate to make it so that other glasses would be transferable.
All right, we've got Mr. Mark Dion coming in to watch this contact, just in case. I mean, he is cueing over the 9-ball, so.
This is a very tough shot. That is a great shot by Rand to leave him there. To leave him there like that.
You know,
by
not
the
for
way.
nothing, I kind of like 2 rails coming right around the corner where it is. Oh, he might get it on the way back, and he does not. All right, that was a good attempt.
Yeah, the toughest part about that shot was that he couldn't
couldn't
provide
really
any helping English. He actually had to hit that with English.
Yeah,
that
the reverse English.
Yeah,
on it
that
to
was
bend it back
reverse.
towards it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that in the fast table there. I mean, that should help a hair, but that English isn't really grabbing. It's not
Rand
really
is
a
called the
twisted.
9-ball.
Wow. I mean, with the 3
And
ball
he
like
looks like
that,
he's
I
going
guess-
for it.
Yeah, he is. He is definitely going.
He's
for this
definitely aiming
combination.
at it.
This would be for the set.
I very rarely disagree with players, but I feel like this is a shot that you could easily break the 3 out and get somewhere with.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He must be feeling, just get the set done with. Get it over with. I don't want to have to grind this out anymore.
And here he goes.
Oh, just barely missed.
Oof.
Quarter diamond.
That could have gone a lot worse than it did.
Could have hung.
Yeah, it almost did.
That's why I don't. That's why I don't like those cuts.
Yeah,
You
I
you
think
miss
he-
that. If you miss that just perfect, you end up losing
Yeah,
the
I mean,
set unintentionally.
To be honest, I feel like he needed to play, the confident out there.
Kevin is calling the 9-ball as well.
Play the 2-ball.
Oh, he stuck him too.
Wow.
What a stick.
Yeah, in that situation, I think you
Played
wanted
the
to see
3-way.
Rand play the 2-way. The 2-ball, and come off the bottom rail and bump the 5 off of the 3-ball. You know, he's a good shooter. He
He
should
almost
be
played
able
the
to
3-way
do
shot
that.
there. He's trying to bank the 2, combo the 9 in, and stick them all at the
Yeah,
same
I
time.
play 6 ways on occasion.
Race to 5, 1 players.
Oops.
That was funny. I saw that. Yeah.
Can't play 2 matches on table 8, Mark.
Oh man. 3-way. I play 6 ways. It's one of those 6 ways. You know, the 6 ways this could go. A few of them are good, but oof. That was what we were trying to get done there, trying to bump that 3-ball out of there, but that was not what happened.
Kevin really wanted to bust that out just a little bit. Kevin Brule. Another man who's great on the
Ms.
mic.
Petroselli, yes, I agree. That combination, aside from being a very difficult shot, yeah, he could have been off balance on one leg again. That's definitely a thing. He had his leg up, and if your body's wavering when you're trying to execute a precision stroke, I mean, that's definitely not going to help. And I'm telling you, that's a huge factor in a lot of players' games where they go up and they just try to pound it. And like their body jerks or their arm jerks or something, they pull it towards they pull the cue stick towards their body or something, or whatever it may be. I mean, your body needs to stay absolutely still when you execute that stroke, and that will increase your percentages of executing properly.
Yeah, the update on table 2. I believe someone is on the hill.
Yeah, that's 6-3
And I
in
believe-
favor of Mike Verducci.
Yeah,
He's got
Mike
the 8-9
Verducci's
on the table.
hill.
It looks like he's about to take it home.
Yeah,
Mike's
Mike
been playing really well lately. He's putting in a lot of time, really stepping up. And by stepping up, I mean he's stepping up to the challenge of bettering his abilities.
And here we go with Rand looking to really put the squeeze on Kevin here. What a great shot.
And that worked
Perfect.
out
Left
okay.
it beautifully.
He was trying to leave it where he could play the 3-9 combination, but I'll tell you this: if Rand gets ball in hand, he's playing a carom. I don't think he's running out.
Yeah, I think if Rand gets ball in hand here, he may even try to slide that try to slide that cue ball in between the 7-9 because he's going to have Kevin on 2 here.
This would put him on 2?
Yes.
All right. Well, if that's the case, he's going to look at both of those options, and he'll have to make
I
his
think
decision
that this
at
puts
that
Kevin.
point,
I think
but-
this puts Kevin on 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, yeah, absolutely, because I mean, he just had ball in hand there, so yeah, that would put him on 2. Yeah, for sure. We're going to see what happens here.
Bill Cody also just won his 3rd rack against Rob Pearson.
So is that going to tie
And,
it up? Or?
Yeah, and Mike Verducci just won
All right,
number
so
2.
Mike Verducci over Ben Savoy.
The Bill Cody match might be an even race. I think it's an even race because Bill Cody is in the 6'10".
Nice contact there. Great kick. Baucio.
Oh, Kevin hit that kick. Wow.
Yeah, he did. Right in the face, too. That's very difficult to kick all the way down the table one rail. You know, when you're kicking into the long rail like that, you know, going short rail up and down, those are a little bit easier in my opinion. You know, you got your peripheral to see that, but especially when the ball's like somewhat behind your vision, that's definitely
Like the combination.
I thought he was just going to try
I
to
thought
roll him
I'd play
behind the
safe,
7,
yeah.
yeah. You know, so, again, you know,
This-
sometimes
this-
the fatigue of playing for hours and hours, 2 days, you're in there, and you make a very, you know, lackadaisical mental error, and, you know, it's going to happen. So,
Rand is surprising us at every turn.
yeah, exactly. Well, all pool players are surprising at every turn, believe that. We are a colorful group, believe it. You know, Kevin just
Great
needs to
shot by
execute.
Kevin.
Very nice. It's a little straight here and close to the rail. I think what we're going to see is a jack up straight drawback. Not sure what his exact angle is here.
Just trying to get it to the rail. They just force it forward.
Yeah, he cheated the pocket a hair to make that happen. I think he needed just a hair longer to follow through a little more. If he had followed through the cue stick, he was on a good line to get position on the 5 ball, but he kind of didn't follow through all the way through the shot there.
Big key here is just make the ball and don't overhit it, though.
Yeah, pretty much.
Get
Yeah.
stuck behind the 9. I mean, even if he gets on the other side, he's actually all right. He could actually underhit this ball and go 1 rail and just shoot the 6 up in the back corner. Missed it. Oh, I thought he missed it.
Executed. Give
Wow.
him a shot, and he's got it.
Wow.
He's just going to slide over, a little drag draw,
Yep.
and
And that's a good little kick after that 6 ball.
and I've just been notified I'm going to have a match directly after this match is completed. So also, folks, all you guys that are on the stream here, after this match, we are going to refresh and repost another stream link, or I should say another stream video. So we're coming up on the limit of what Facebook allows us to do. So
Oh, yes.
we are going to have to refresh that. So please, after this match is over, I get a little tickle here.
Oh, wow, he's going to catch a roll. That is a huge, huge roll.
Well, we're going to see if it rolls backwards. Can Tamba roll uphill? Let's find out.
5 miles uphill both ways, maybe.
Yeah, well, you know, this is one of those situations where I like to play the 6-way.
Yeah.
The 6 ways it can happen. Hopefully, one of the ways it goes.
The
is
shot
good.
here, maybe the old kick and stick.
Yeah, I don't think you want to really play this with too much speed. You just want to hit the 7 ball so that it goes around the 9 ball where the cue ball is going to stay above it. But I really don't like the idea of hitting this firm, just because the cue ball can leak out very easily.
Just come off the back rail
even
with
if
some
you
spin.
do leave a shot at the 7, and the cue ball's right there, it's still going to be difficult to pocket it from there versus just leaving a wide open shot down to the corner. So
Definitely.
I don't want to I don't want to hit this with any significant speed here. I'm just going to roll straight to the back rail, a little bit of right hand English, and try to just bump that 7 ball and roll the cue ball above the 9. Try to get it to stick tight. And you got Mark Dion on the side there. He's going to watch this hit, make sure there is no funny business. I'm going to take to the air and give you this view while Rand shoots. But
Meanwhile on table 8, Bill Cody in the process of wrapping up another rack. That would be a 4-2 lead if he were to get out there. I'll tell you if he does. Here comes the shot. Oh, yeah. What a leave.
Even though he left a shot, it's better than leaving him a wide open rolling cut.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know. So I definitely agree with the speed in which he hit that. Unfortunately, he needed more rotations on the ball. That was where it fell short. It wasn't really the line that he had, or even the speed that he struck it. Really is. I should just say it's really all about the rotations on the cue ball there. If he was spinning, if that cue ball was spinning a little more, he would have been able
The
to get
lock
there.
coming up with a lockdown safety.
The lock.
Beautiful.
Now, you really got to take a look at this one. Folks, you want action? We got it right here.
I say Mark's been getting a workout in this match. I think he's been around this table about 3-4 times already, just watching close shots. Oh, Bill Cody comes with a fire bank after overrunning position on the 9 ball. He's up 4-2 on Rob Pierce on the other side of the bracket. That was a great shot. He overruns the position by about a ball.
All right, so Ran is trying to go 2 rails into it, I believe.
What a
And he
hit.
makes the hit. Is he going to sell the shot? He does not. He makes the hit. That's a great shot. Sells the hit, but I don't know if Kevin is going to attempt this. And folks, don't forget, whatever it looks like on your screen, it's 1,000 times more difficult in real life, believe me.
And add pressure of being hill,
Yeah,
it's
add
even
that
worse.
too, yeah. And
Now you ask
these
yourself,
pockets are not wide open either.
you ask yourself, if he doesn't go for this, what does he go for? What does he take here?
You know, this is
a tough save.
This is really a preference type of thing. I mean, the easiest thing I can see here is you just bank it to the center diamond on the bottom rail. Just play the speed. Just roll into it. Leave the cue ball there.
Oh, he tried to play it in the side.
And he's going to leave the shot. He went for the win there.
He did. That's true. Kevin is
I'm not sure what that was. So I think he's just taking a quick 5 minutes there.
Yeah, I think Kevin was
To the restroom for a minute. I'm not sure what
Kevin
the
was-
ruling is on that.
Yeah, I
as
don't-
far as multiple breaks, or if you can have more than one, or whatever it was.
Yeah,
Mark
I
is on
think
the
Mark
scene,
is
so-
allowing it.
Yeah, he is allowing it. Whatever the case may be, we got to make sure. We got to make sure everybody's following the rules here. So again, I want to give a shout to the sponsors of the Winter Classic: AZ Billiards, Fargo Rate, and all of our friends on the screen right now. Make sure, guys, Snooker's live stream channel, make sure the Snooker's live page, you got to like and follow. We're going to give away a Snooker's gift card, and we're also going to be sending a lot of updates on upcoming streams, shows, all kinds of great stuff. All right, so right now, back to the action. We've got Rand Tamba, 2 balls on the table, double hill, looking to be in the final 4 on the winner's side of this event. If he's able to get this, that would put him in a guaranteed 5th, 6th position and 2 wins away from the finals if he does make this out here. He's taking his time, checking it out. He does not want to do this fast. I think he's a little curious of how he wants to do this. He's deciding whether he wants to just punch off the top rail or
At this point, the key is
roll it with the inside, maybe it looks like. I'm not really sure how he's looking at this.
no matter what
He
you
rolled
leave,
it with
you
the
just
inside,
gotta-
but he is going way down the table. And it did not scratch, but
It's definitely longer than he wanted.
yeah, you could hear him. I think he scared that cue ball out of going. He said, "No, don't do it." Here it is, the long 9 ball for the win here. This is what we like to call a ticker tester. I mean, he's got a Revo in his hand, so
Doesn't have to
gotta
worry
like his
about it.
chances.
Doesn't got to worry about it getting out. He's just going to worry about hitting it right.
Right.
That's the key here. You overhit this ball and it spits it back out. I can attest that these
Yep.
tables, if you hit them too hard, it will come back out of the
My
pocket.
preference on shooting this shot here, my preference is I'm almost going to hit the ball full and just twist it in. I'm going to throw this in. I'm not really going to cut it too much.
Yeah.
I'm going to bottom outside and just throw it right in there. Just bing. Just kind of
Here it
spin it
comes,
right there. It's
cueing,
just going to twist the ball right in. The
cueing
ball will
low
not move
English.
very much.
Oh
And
no,
he missed it.
that shot just—it's such a tester.
Yeah, he hit it firm, which I'm not against, but that pocket did not accept it.
Can't slow roll it, but you also can't hit it too hard either.
So
These pockets just do not accept that.
Kevin Baucio with one more shot at this match. Can he do it, folks? Yes, he
And
can.
he does.
There it is. There it is.
Wow.
Very nice match. You hear the room applauding for these folks. Great, great job. That was great. All right, so again, I am going to end the stream here, and we will be back in just a short time with a new post. All right, so make sure you're going to have to go back to the Snookers Live page and refresh. Be back with you shortly. Our match is going to be Dave Morganelli and Bob Lucas. It's going to be an even race to 5. All right, so we'll catch you in just a short time.